Welcome to this visual guide for A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, Book 2 in Blood and Ash series. In this video, we'll explore key locations and see the characters together. There will be no plot spoilers, but you'll already see locations and characters. So, if you want to go into the book totally blind, this is not for you. And if you're looking for Book 1, I'll leave it in the description. With that all out of the way, buckle up. Let's have a look at Solis. On the map, it is the Western Kingdom, shaped by fortified cities, temple authority, and the long habit of obedience. Macedonia is tied to Poppy's old life. Carsadonia is grander and more ceremonial, with dark temples, polished stone, and the heavy performance of religion. Even when people talk about gods here, the visual language is rule, discipline, and fear. High walls, long roads, guard formations, iron-bound gates. Solis feels orderly, but in an uncomfortable way. Then narrow your focus to New Haven, because a lot of this book's early atmosphere lives there. This is a winter keep, not a jewel box palace. Snow clings to the walls. Torchlight catches on damp stone. Cold air moves through the covered walkways and across the open yard. The banquet hall is large, warm, and tense, with a hearth, a long table, and the kind of quiet that makes every line of dialogue feel dangerous. Outside that room is one of the grimmest images in the book, a passage where traitors are displayed on the walls, turning punishment into architecture. The stables matter too. Seti is there, all black power and restless muscle, leather tack creaking, steam rolling off him in the cold. Later, that same ground is overshadowed by one of the strongest images in the entire novel, a blood tree. Thick bark slick with dark red sap, crimson leaves dripping onto snow. It looks as if a piece of the blood forest has rooted itself inside the keep. Let's take a look at the blood forest. It is exactly what it sounds like. Glistening trunks, red leaves, droplets striking white ground. Beyond that are the Skotos mountains, packed with fog and low clouds, and the rough eastern lands that feel emptier, harsher, and less governed. The wastelands are sparse and wind-cut. Whitebridge reads like a crossing point on a dangerous route, the kind of place people pass through rather than settle into. Everything along this journey feels exposed. There are quieter spaces too, and they help give the world depth. Castle Teerman lingers in memory as part of Poppy's old life, with formal rooms, servant passages, and private garden spaces. A forgotten library full of old Atlantian records adds dust, silence, and deep history. Later, hidden places give the book a softer texture without ever making it feel safe. Now let's take a look at Poppy. She is not ornamental. She has red hair, often braided or left loose around her shoulders, green eyes, and pale scars across her face and body from the attack that shaped her childhood. Once the maiden's veil is gone, her whole visual identity shifts. She is still young, still sometimes dressed in fine fabrics, but never passive in how she carries herself. She keeps blades close. She watches every room. She stands like someone who expects trouble before it reaches her. Casteel is dangerous. Dark hair so black it throws blue in sunlight, amber gold eyes, hard cheekbones, carved jaw, full mouth, and those brief dimples that can soften his face for half a second before the threat comes back. He moves like a fighter even when standing still, calloused hands, sharp teeth, stillness that feels predatory. Kieran is the still center beside all that volatility. In human form, he is broad, tawny-skinned, pale blue-eyed, and usually unreadable. In wolf form, he is huge, fawn-colored, and imposing enough to change the weight of a scene the moment he enters it. Delano feels lighter and quicker by comparison, fair-haired and easier in his body. Elijah is sheer mass, a mountain of a man. Jasper is older, silver-haired and formidable. Alastir looks weathered and dangerous, blonde with a scar down the center of his forehead, carrying authority like someone who has survived too much to waste words. Let's take a look at more characters. Duchess Teerman looks pale, composed, and emotionally cold, the kind of woman who can stand in fine clothing and still feel threatening. Lord Chaney is smoother and more openly predatory, with long black hair and the menace of someone who knows exactly how much fear he creates. Victor, even in memory, matters visually because he is grounded and solid, tied to the woven bone dagger Poppy keeps close. Tawny brings back the mortal side of Poppy's life, the warmth and normalcy that court ritual kept trying to erase. For the Ascended, do not picture elegant immortals and stop there. Keep the beauty, but add the wrongness underneath. Beautiful faces, controlled voices. Then the surface slips. Coal bright eyes, lengthening fangs, hunger. The vampires are the truth hiding beneath Solis's holy story. The Craven are what that truth becomes when it rots. Torn skin, damaged mouths, jerking, relentless movement, diseased hunger given a body. Against them, Atlantia looks older, cleaner, and far more alive. The people tied to Atlantia often carry vivid eyes, unnatural grace, and the sense that divinity once touched the bloodline and never fully left. The Wivern are the clearest sign of that older world. In human form, they can pass in a crowd. In wolf form, they dominate every frame. There are other bloodlines in the deeper history too, and it helps to keep them in mind even when they are only named. Wivern, who could take the form of massive cats. Draken, winged and taloned, some breathing fire. Kieran, the lost waterfolk. Even the smaller creatures matter in the book's texture. Cave cats, tree bears, barrets. The world keeps reminding you that humans and gods are not the only things that shaped it. The transition into Atlantia is one of the biggest visual shifts in the book. Before you reach it, you move through mountain passes and exposed land where fog hangs low, and every stop feels temporary. Then the approach changes. A milky white mist gathers around the pass. The air softens, the land greens, and ahead rise the pillars of Atlantia, enormous white columns covered in ancient markings and linked to a shining wall of limestone and marble. Beyond them lies a completely different kingdom. The roads are smoother and darker, almost fused into one continuous surface. Trees line the way in dense green rows. The city ahead is bright instead of grim. White and sand-colored buildings, curved forms, tall towers, circular structures, green roofs catching the sun. After all the black stone, iron, and winter gray of Solis, Atlantia should feel open, sun-warmed, and very old in a way that suggests memory rather than control. Spessa's End gives you the coastal edge of that world. Think pale defensive walls, parapets, heavy iron doors, sea air, and courtyards alive with movement. The interiors are warmer than anything in the early Solis sections. Fireplaces, gauzy curtains, canopied beds, bathing chambers, open terrace doors. Nearby, Stygian Bay is black as onyx, and the Sea of Sion widens the sense that Atlantia is tied to older powers and older stories. In the foothills, the Grove of Ios adds another unforgettable image: luminous gold leaves glowing inside divine mist. This is also where the book widens beyond soldiers and rulers. Venetta's round house is one of the warmest interiors in the story, full of cushions, bright colors, low tables, and the feeling of an actual family home. Beckett brings youthful, puppy-like energy. Quentin feels young and eager, carrying that torchlit excitement of someone still growing into his role. Colton is practical and work-worn, more tack room than throne room. Magda brings ordinary courage into the frame. These faces matter because they make Atlantia feel inhabited, not staged. When the Atlantian royals enter the visual field, the style changes again. Queen Eloana looks regal without looking overly jeweled. Black hair, a striking face, strong eyes, and bone crown imagery that feels ancient rather than delicate. King Valyn carries the same family resemblance in a broader, harder form. Blonde, broad-shouldered, severe. They carry themselves as rulers shaped by old bloodlines and older burdens, not by ceremony alone. A few visual anchors are worth keeping sharp from start to finish. Victor's woven bone dagger, because it carries memory and protection. Bloodstone blades, because they visibly matter in combat. Atlantian bows, sleeker and cleaner than Solis craft. Seti, the massive black horse. What makes a kingdom of flesh and fire work so well visually is how tangible everything feels. The book gives you cold stone, black water, blood-red leaves, white pillars, hidden chambers, scarred bodies, and faces that are never quite as simple as they first appear. Hopefully, this guide helped you step into the book with a sharper picture of its world, its people, and its atmosphere. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, bless your algorithm with a like and subscribe. See you next time!